Matsui. I was lucky enough to play with him in '03. I watched him transition from Japanese baseball to Major League pitching. Hit that grand slam his first game opening day at Yankee Stadium. But then he struggled after that. The first half, a lot of weak ground balls in the infield, had trouble with the moving fastball, the sinking fastball. So it took a while for him to transition as a major force offensively. Now, my question is, if Ohtani tries to hit and he gets off to a slow start, how long do you go, Jack? How long? Do you give him spring training? Do you give him 2 months into the season? That's going to be fascinating to watch.
He's asking me. He's the guy who wanted to be the manager, right? So you're asking me this tough question. I think you give him a decent-sized leash. This is a possible generational player that we are talking about here. This is a guy who can come in and have a major impact on a franchise. This is not a number 5 starter. This guy shoots potentially right to the top of your rotation, and maybe he's a middle-of-the-order hitter if he can figure out the major league pitching. They don't have guys in Japan, or as many guys, who throw 98, 99, or 100, so the velocity will be an issue for him. John talked about how Matsui struggled when he first came over, but this is the learning curve. This guy wants to come over here and learn, so much so that, as you said earlier, Bob, he's leaving maybe $100+ million on the table.
Why? Why is he doing that? I mean, I just think from a standpoint of leverage, from a player's standpoint, why would you leave early and leave all that money out on the table? Obviously, he can make up money in endorsements and all of that stuff, but leaving 2 years early is a huge question mark for me.
He makes about $2.5 million US plus endorsements. He'll probably keep all of those and get more. To your point about Bumgarner, really quick, they're paying him $20 million. He never hit. He hits very well. He never hit like Ohtani, though. I think that's why, to your point, he's a generational player.
I think
and you
he
give
can
him a
be.
chance, right?
You have to give him a chance, and this is not a guy coming up from AAA who, after 50 at-bats, you're going to say, let's send him back to the bench or let's send him back to AAA. I think he's coming over here because he wants to have an impact on both sides of the ball, and I think all these questionnaires that he has sent out to teams right now, he wants to get inside their head. He wants to know, are you going to give me an opportunity to do both of these things? Really quickly, if you want to have some fun, go to YouTube. There's a 22-minute video on YouTube which lists all of his strikeouts as a pitcher in 2016 and all of his hits as a hitter. It's worth watching. I know it's only highlights, but you will see the skills are off the charts.